And welcome back to another episode of the Geek Centurions. This is me, your boy Eli, with Joe and Daniel. And we are basically doing our post E3. It's gonna be a couple days after E3, but we can still talk about it. It's go. It's it. E3 was something, guys.
I mean, it was pretty okay. I had my expectations down very low, so I wasn't really that disappointed or anything. I just figured, that's an interesting game, and that's it.
Good.
Yeah, yeah. I think this E3 was, with the exception of a good amount of big announcements. I think the best way I would describe this year's E3 was lukewarm.
A very lukewarm reception.
Yeah, like yes, there were like pretty big announcements that we will talk about, uh,
hmm
but most of it was just okay. That's all right.
I mean, there's already been memes of like who takes the worst spot.
Yeah, yeah. I guess you could say that. Yeah.
Oh boy! All right, let's get started. I think we could all say it was, considering what has happened, it makes sense that we wouldn't be seeing much coming out this year. A lot more coming out next year. And our probably the more hype ones. Some of the ones and stuff that they announced, I'm like, yes, I'm totally excited. I can't wait to play that next year. Um, but yeah, it feels like this year's everything is coming out this year. Every game, any kind of game that's coming out this year, you're gonna know what to expect, and hopefully most of it will be good. But let's start talking about Jeff Keighley's what was it called? The game, not the Game Awards,
The summer.
Summer of Games. Yes.
Summer.
Summer Game Festival.
Mhm.
While we won't be going, I will say this right now: we will not be going over every game that has been announced because that is too much time, and I'm pretty sure other people have done it a much better job than we would ever do.
Yeah, yeah. We're just gonna give our overall thoughts on some of the announcements that
Mhm.
we thought were interesting.
Yeah, and some key ones that really caught our eyes. And I guess I'll start off. I thought Jeff Keighley's stuff was pretty good.
Yeah, we definitely opened with a lot of interesting titles on there.
hmm
Yeah. I think one of the probably the bigger ones was the director's cut of Death Stranding.
And that was a kind of trailer that Daniel would love.
Yeah, when I was watching it, I got those vibes, those Metal Gear vibes, man.
hmm And I'm just like, is this going to be are we going to be able to do Metal Gear stuff in this game? And no, it was just a joke. Okay. A little disappointed, but I get it. I get it. Damn you, Kojima.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, it's a director's cut, so
yeah,
hopefully there's a lot more stuff.
hmm
yeah, just paying respects to the stuff he made before, but now he has to move forward with Death Stranding.
Oh yeah.
So obviously that getting sort of I'm kind of interested in seeing what other content he's gonna add.
hmm And do you guys want to talk about the big reveal, that the thing that broke the internet for a while?
I mean, should
Um,
we get into it? It was the last announcement they had.
Well, was
And
there another announcement? Because that was the only two I can remember off the top of my head.
yeah, I can only remember Death Stranding and this other one. This
Yeah.
very
Well,
specific other one that we've been
yeah.
waiting
Oh
years
wait,
for
Joe, do you have a one?
news about.
JD?
Granted, I will say there was probably one title that caught my eye, but that's just because I'm a big fan of the property. Jurassic World Evolution 2, sequel to the park building game that came out like I want to say 2018.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty cool. I remember hearing that there was a leak about it like like at least a year ago. Um, but yeah, no, for a fan of park building simulators like myself, who likes Jurassic Park, that definitely seems to be pretty cool. I'm wondering, I'm wondering if I want to play that on
On PC or console.
console. Yeah, because I did play it on like what Xbox One, and
Mm-hmm.
it was all right. But like, part of me kind of wants to feels like the control to be more intuitive if it's on PC. But I guess I have to wait for specs for that first. But yeah. Besides my sidetrack, let's get into the actual big thing of Jeff Keighley's presentation.
And like the man said, he's finally free. Elden Ring is coming out
It,
next year. If you guys don't know
the
what Elden Ring
legends
is,
were true, man. The legends were true. It was real the whole time.
it was real the whole time.
They called me crazy, but I knew it was real.
So if you guys don't know what Elden Ring is, it's essentially, if I'm pretty sure you guys, it's a very high fantasy kind of game made by the guys who made Dark Souls and Demon Souls. So if you ever heard of those games and know the kind of difficulty that they're known for, yeah, that's what you're getting. But also, probably the thing that even if you never heard of those games, what it might interest you in is that the story is being written by George R. R. George R. R. Martin himself, aka the guy who wrote Game of Thrones, not the TV show, the books. And if you're wondering, you're thinking like, yeah, he finished the story and he's still not done with goddamn Game of Thrones. Good lord. But no, it was really the big announcement of that day. It caught me by surprise. It caught all of us by surprise. Really, we were like, oh, this is this is real and it looks goddamn gorgeous.
Yeah, we got to
It
see
looks
actual
glorious.
gameplay.
Oh my god, I'm just like, honestly, I lost it when I saw there's a scene in the trailer where a dragon, you're fighting a dragon. It's like, okay, I'm fighting a dragon, and all of a sudden calls a lightning bolt into his hand and just throws it at you. I'm like, what? What? I'm losing my mind.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Granted, I'm not like as hyped as I guess you two are, but I will admit, it does look like a fun game.
Oh yeah. Dave, what do you thought of the Elden Ring reveal?
Oh hell yeah! I mean, I have no other words, man. I mean, it's amazing. It looks crazy, and like the lady knight for the reveal trailer turns out to be one of the bosses you have to fight, and that's just amazing. I just kind of want to get my hands on it. And it comes out soon. It's not going to come out like in 3 years. It comes out next year in January.
That's true. Well, the fact that we got a release that was crazy enough too.
Yeah, I think that more than anything was the real shocker to me was that they're actually putting a release date on this. We're not just gonna get like a gameplay thing and just be like, oh, okay, all right. So it's gonna come out. Yeah, I don't know, probably 2 years. Probably no, it's coming out like next January, quarter 1. That's actually kind of crazy.
Oh yeah. And that's really it for Jeff Keighley's thing. There was another, of course, like I said earlier, there's other games that have been announced, but we're mostly talking about the ones that really caught everyone's attention, the ones that really, made everyone go excited. But that's not to discourage any of the games. All the other games that were announced, like Joyce mentioned, Jurassic Park World, that was not on our radar, but that's a game that you were interested in. I'm happy you got what you wanted. All right, after Jeff Keighley's thing was the whole Ubisoft,
Yes,
and
yes, Ubisoft.
really there's only two things that came out of that, in my opinion, aside from like updates from obviously games like Assassin's Creed, Avengers, is
No,
that
no, yeah, not Avengers.
they
That's
didn't.
Ubi. We're talking about Ubisoft,
Like
not
Sorry,
Avengers
sorry.
is
Square.
Square Enix.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So Ubisoft, yeah, like I said, some more Far Cry 6. It's basically the big thing they're talking about.
hmm
And I mean, how do you guys feel about Far Cry 6?
I mean, it's interesting. The weird thing is we didn't get a whole lot of gameplay at Ubisoft, but we got like a gameplay trailer at Xbox conference,
That is true.
which I don't know. I found
Yeah.
that to be weird.
Anyone else? No one?
I mean, all I can say is that I haven't played Far Cry. I know that's people are gonna get on me on that. I've been meaning to play it since 3, but uh, for the looks of it, it looks amazing. There's a dog that you can pet, and there's even a gator you can pet. So uh, I'll pro- I'll try to find time to make out, to actually catch up with the series and get up to 6.
Oh
But
no,
yeah,
yeah.
like Far Cry 6 looks interesting.
Because we only played 3.
Yeah, I think I only played 3. I was interested in 4, but I was like, I don't know. I don't. It doesn't seem like that interesting. And 5 was like, I kind of forgot 5 came out. I was like, oh yeah, that happened. But
I mean,
Wasn't
Far
4
Cry
the
4 is a
one?
short game. You could like finish it in like 5 minutes.
Wait, which 4 is a really short game?
Okay, there's this one scene where like the bad guy tells you to wait for him. You actually have to sit down and wait for him for a specific amount of time. Then he says, "Okay, let's go." Then you get on a helicopter with him, and then you put your mother's ashes on the top of a mountain, and the game ends.
I think I remember hearing about this. That like you could technically reach the end of the game doing that, and then like it's kind of like a funny thing.
I want to play 4 now.
Just to see that, yeah,
Just
maybe.
stream that one, but it's already too late, probably. Yeah,
Yeah,
but I don't know. After 3, I was like, I'm good.
I think the only interesting note from Far Cry 6 was that, like, I guess their season pass. There's like I guess a mode where you get to play as past Far Cry villains, like Voss, the main villain of 4 and the main villain of 5, which is interesting. Also, that they're bringing back Blood Dragon as well, which Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, it was a crazy. Pretty much, it's kind of they use the engine of Far Cry 3, but make everything like super like 80s
Yeah, I
and like
remember. I remember seeing that, thinking that looks like fun.
yeah. And I think what else? I think
Yeah,
there's like two more things. I think that were of note at Ubisoft. One was Mario plus Rabbids, the
Yeah,
new
that's
one.
that's the one I was gonna go with too.
Yeah, that it's getting a
I
sequel.
called it.
Yeah, which I mean, yeah. Daniel definitely was right. I mean, I'm not too surprised because I think that game did like really well. Like
Surprisingly.
yeah, it sold surprisingly well for the type of game it was supposed to be.
Oh yeah. No. I mean, I've never played it because rabbits aren't really that interesting to me. Mario, I love Mario, but I'm like, I'm not thinking. I don't feel like getting into that. But if it did good, it did good. I heard it did good, and I was like, what? Really?
Yeah,
That's
like
crazy.
I played a game and it's really good. Like if you like XCOM, you're gonna like this, and don't let the Mario Rabbit characters fool you either, because it's not an easy. I mean, if you experience it, might be easy, but it's a lot harder than you think too.
All right. I mean, I believe you. I was not really into those kind of games, but I'm pretty sure if I tried it out first, I'm like, I'm lost. I don't know what I'm doing. What's going on? Any other notes from Ubisoft guys?
The last game they
Uh,
announced,
Which was?
that they are making a brand new Avatar game.
Oh yeah. Don't really care that much
you
for
know, someone
Avatar.
should make a movie franchise out of that.
Yeah, it looks so interesting.
I'd be totally down to see the wondrous adventures of these giant blue cat people.
Someone should make like a theme park based around that.
Oh, man. Imagine riding those weird dragonfly creatures.
Yeah, that should be like a ride.
Yes, yes, I agree. I agree. I'd pay good money for that.
Yeah, but honestly, I find it super funny because I was laughing my ass off when they announced it because I was like, "Who asked for this?" Because I don't know, I just find it funny. And when you think about it, there was an Avatar game back when the movie came out, and guess who made it?
Ubisoft.
Exactly,
Oh,
because
really?
Ubisoft used to make a lot of movie tie-in games.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. So it's kind of funny to me that because I think the boss of Ubisoft, Yves Guillemot, that I don't know, I can't pronounce French. He was just before he announced the game, he was talking about how they get to work with a lot of licenses sometimes, and bring things to life like the Marvel's Rabbit thing. I'm like, is he trying to make a movie tie-in game? Is that what he's trying to hype up? And then of course it's like, oh shit, it's Avatar. I don't know. Maybe Disney was like, we technically own these now. We need. I guess we can make this into a franchise. I guess James Cameron's been over there trying to make a
I
second
mean,
movie for like 5 fucking years or whatever.
It has been that long.
it feels more longer than that. It feels like a decade they were trying to make that, into a big franchise.
When did that movie come out?
To be fair, I think it has been a decade because it came out in 2009.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
That's a yeah.
So
That's
it
way.
has been more than a decade, and they're
Oh
struggling to get a
boy.
sequel out.
It's funny.
Right.
It's just funny to me because I think I remember James Cameron being like having the idea for Avatar back in like the 90s. And he was like, I'm waiting for the technology to be better so that way I can make it. And then he made it. And then he was like, yeah, so I'm going to work on Avatar 2, Avatar 3, Avatar 4, Avatar 5. And it's like a decade has passed and not even a single Avatar movie. All they did was make a fucking theme park at Disney World or whatever in Florida.
Where can you go? Where can a sequel continue?
I think he mentioned something about going underwater, and it's just like because James Cameron's really obsessed with going underwater.
That he is. That he
I
is.
think he explored the Marianas Trench, which is like the deepest uh, place in the ocean, for a little bit, just to get inspiration for the movie. Which I don't know. It's either way. New Avatar game is just what the hell? Who asked for this? Who out there Which 5 Avatar fans of the movie asked for that? No, you're not.
No. I can tell you who asked for
You
this.
did not. Put your finger down.
No, I can tell you who asked for this. The mouse.
Oh, Disney.
Yeah.
I mean, is this the right way, Disney? I didn't even see their logo on this announcement.
Fair enough.
But
It's like, do we have a sequel ready yet? No, damn it! Make a gimmick break, to build hype.
I don't know. It's just funny to me. But I mean, I don't know. I kind of hope that it's like a game where you get to pick between being the Navi or the military people, and then you get to choose your like side and like continue on a storyline like that. Also,
Also, I want to write those. Want to write those mechs in the Avatar game.
yeah, but I feel like unobtainium is gonna totally be the name of the premium currency they use to buy loot boxes and stuff.
Do you think it's gonna be a very loot boxy game?
I don't know, maybe.
I mean, it's Disney. I mean, they allow Battlefront 2
Well,
to happen.
technically, if Joey's right, it's more Ubisoft than Disney.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think there's microtransactions in the new Assassin's Creed game, so anything can happen.
Anything.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's Ubisoft.
I hate that name so much. Unobtainium. I liked Avatar, but when I started picking holes at it, I'm like, oh my god.
I mean, it's an okay movie.
Yeah. All right. So
I mean, answer me this: like, can you think of a memorable line in that movie?
Get away from her, you bitch.
That's from Aliens, though.
James Cameron was in that one though too.
He directed it, yes, but that doesn't count as Avatar. Fuck. I can only think of that one Navi, the love interest that just goes Jake Sully. I don't know. I can't think of anything.
But that's not a quote. It's just saying a name.
I know that's the point. I can't think of anything. But anyways, that's Ubisoft.
I'm drawing blanks over here. Damn it, Daniel.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just my opinion.
All I can remember was the amazing CGI effects.
Yeah. All right. So
all I can remember is they use their hair, their ponytails or whatever, to trade Pokemon with each other.
Man, that movie's just all kinds of weird. But
I'm kind of ass over this.
Yeah. But the next the big conference was Xbox plus Bethesda. Yeah, because
wasn't Square Enix was the same day.
Yeah, it was like after.
Yeah, and
it was later that day.
Yeah. And we didn't. Now I didn't say this for Ubisoft, where I think it was like meh. Microsoft, it's been pretty solid.
Yeah, it's
they've been solid for the past few years.
Yeah,
definitely one of the high points of this E3.
Surprisingly, I mean, I think the first thing we can talk about is Starfield.
Yeah, like they
yes, yeah, it's an Xbox exclusive too, so PlayStation will be left out.
For those of you who don't know, Starfield is like basically Skyrim, because I'm pretty sure everyone's heard of Skyrim at this point. But in space.
Yeah, it's
that is what Todd Howard said. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the next big Bethesda RPG, like new original IP, and they're making a big deal about that. And we got a bit of a trailer, just sort of showing off.
In game, it's in game too. It's not CG.
Yeah, and just sort of showing off the release date as well, which will be next year in November.
I like the way I like the way they shut it off.
Mm-hmm.
Like November 22nd, 2022.
Yes, 11/11/22. Because like you were telling me the way they introduced it was gonna be cool. Because I saw it way later because I had a job, and when you told me like you're gonna like the way they revealed it, I'm like, all right. And then that's how they revealed it. Like this, it's the scanner. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I like that. And it would be 11/11/2022.
Yeah, to evoke the Skyrim, because Skyrim came out 11/11/11.
And yeah, I mean, like Daniel said, it's a console. It's an Xbox exclusive. That's the thing that really caught a lot of people's attention.
Yeah, which I think the last time we talked about Starfield, the last episode or whatever, that was like the big question of like, is this going to be exclusive? I think most of us agree that like they were most likely going to
Yeah.
make it exclusive.
Microsoft bought Bethesda, or was it was it called ZeniMax almost? Is it actually ZeniMax?
Well, I guess.
I mean, I guess so
Oh,
because ZeniMax owns Bethesda.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. They bought them for how much again?
like at least like $1 billion, I think.
Yeah,
They're
like you're
$1
not gonna have.
trillion.
Take it easy, Doctor Evil. But like you can't buy a company that wide and not make the newer games they're coming out with exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
Like that would be a waste,
Yeah,
or at least timed. I'll accept timed.
yeah. You got to take advantage of all
hmm
those titles. Yeah.
Yeah, and they did mention like a lot more games coming out. One that caught my attention was 11 Minutes, which is this cool game that basically is like weird. I wouldn't say time travel, but time manipulation kind of stuff.
It's like Groundhog Day.
Yeah, it's Groundhog Day, where I think there's a murder you have to solve. Bless you.
Thank you.
And I'll say this: I'm kind of upset that we didn't see Cuphead. I'm still waiting on Cuphead.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's done when it's done.
yeah, it's done when it's done. What is that game? It's that 16-bit looking game. It looks awesome. It's like that very cyber noir kind of look to it. I think it was it's on the tip of my tongue. It was one of their highlighted games, but I feel like it didn't catch anyone's eye. Well, I might have caught some people's eye, but anyone remember that game? No.
I think I know what you're
I
talking about.
can't remember a 16-bit game.
Like it looks 16-bit or 18-bit,
Like it was very
pixelated.
yeah. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Just yeah, I gotta. It's not on the top of my head.
Yeah,
But yeah, I know what you're talking about.
yeah. No, it looked really good. I know a lot of people were looking forward to that game because when they first saw the trailer, I think it was like 2017.
Honestly, I think it's actually a different game.
Is it?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
yeah, I'm pretty sure.
No, I'm pretty sure it's the same game.
I mean, I don't know. I guess I'll double check on it. I guess.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's move on to another game. Any other games before we talk about the next two big announcements from Xbox?
Uh,
Bethesda?
So Psychonauts is finally getting a release date and it's coming out this August.
Oh, that's right. It is coming out. I forgot about. Joy, you finally got your release date for Psychonauts 2.
Hey, I only asked because I kept on like I kept on seeing it like everywhere, and it's just like, why is this game not out yet? Like, why is there no release date?
Well, I think I remember reading somewhere that the reason it took longer, technically the game was already done, but like the moment, but the thing was around the same time it was about to be done. Xbox bought Double Fine, and they mentioned Double Fine mentioned that while making Psychonauts 2 they had to cut a lot of content, and Xbox was like, no, put it back in, put it back in, put that content you thought wasn't gonna work that you but because you didn't have enough the money for it. Go ahead, put it in, do it. And if that's the case, I'm like, and it makes the game a lot better. Thank you, Microsoft, for that. I mean, am I the only one who heard that kind of thing?
No, I didn't hear exactly like that, but I did remember saying that Microsoft definitely helped them out, with funding and everything, and they were able to add a lot more than they previously before.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there was another game. It was Stalker 2.
Oh,
When I
Stalker
saw
2, yeah.
yeah that the graphics on that because that was made with the Series X graphics in mind. Good lord, that game looked gorgeous.
hmm
Good lord, like I am remembering vividly the fire effect, and I was just like, holy crap, that's looks great. Anything else, guys?
The name of the game you were talking about earlier was replaced.
Replaced. That's the one. That one looked really good.
Yeah.
Uh, Anything else before we go to the next big two for
Um,
Microsoft?
off the top of my head, I guess I would say the Sea of Thieves.
Oh, that's right. Sea of
Oh,
Thieves.
that's right. They're doing a
Yeah,
Pirates of the Caribbean
Yeah,
collaboration,
yeah.
and
We're
it's
getting
free.
actual Jack Sparrow.
yeah. Which I mean, like, is pretty cool. I mean, I guess that it just goes to show like how much that game has sort of rebound to the point where like it's getting a crossover with Pirates of the Caribbean now. So I mean,
And I
because
think they
I
actually
remember
got back
like
Johnny Depp to replace the role too.
Oh yeah.
yeah, which is really cool. So I mean, considering how that game like was released to seeing what they're doing with it now, like I don't know. I think it's they bounced back. I think.
Oh, they bounced back a lot. Because even I was
Hmm.
shocked.
Yeah.
Because I remember it being a rocky start, but then they pulled a oh, well, not to that extent, but they pulled a No Man's Sky.
In a way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I said, it's not to that effect, but they pulled a No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And yes. I think that's all I can think of aside from like the Forzas, which looks great. It's set in Mexico, and there are times where I'm like, that actually looks like a photograph, but it's not. It's in-game look.
and it's actually colorful too. It's not one of those stereotype movie cliches where they have like a yellow tint over the camera lens or something.
Oh yeah, that always gets annoying. And was it Grounded or the one where they all shrink and has the
Yeah,
arachnophobia
that was
syndrome?
grounded.
Yeah. Grounded. Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
Yeah.
a
that
big
looks cool.
update, and there's like a big, giant, massive queen
Mm-hmm.
spider that's horrific.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Outer Worlds too. That was confirmed.
Yeah.
Oh
They're
yes,
making
the Outer
another.
Worlds too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They had sort of like a trailer for it, but it was like they're parroting, like, I guess
Yeah.
E3 trailers were like, none of this is actually the game. This is all just fake. We haven't even actually started making the game, but here's the title.
Just to let you know, we're making the game.
Yeah, just to let you know, we're making the game. Don't worry about
We're
it.
planning on it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
honestly, let's go with the big two announcements. The other two big announcements from Xbox and Bethesda. Their new exclusive, which is Redfall.
Yeah, being made by Arcane Studios, under Bethesda. They made Dishonor, and what else did they make?
I think that's it.
No, they made like one other game. I think.
I forget what it was. Too. It was Dishonor and something else.
Yeah.
Quickly Google that.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
essentially,
Parade. That's what it was.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
but they did mention this is still early. We don't know much about it. It's all CG, but it looks like a four-man, um, four people versus vampires or some kind of magic thing.
Yeah, it's like I think it's gonna be like a co-op open world shooter where you fight off against vampires and stuff.
Yeah.
Which I mean is neat, you know.
Mm.
And I guess they all have like I guess most of them have like some individual powers,
Yeah.
which I think is also
Mm.
Just remember something from Jeff Keighley's. We forgot they kind of made another um Borderlands kind of game, but that's whatever.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, not to say it's bad, but it's just like yeah, we're still on Xbox. But the next big thing is the one that really made the show was more Halo.
Well, yeah, like more Halo Infinite stuff. Mainly just a bit more of the story,
Mm-hmm.
and multiplayer.
Yes, and the multiplayer ones I think that got everyone's attention because
Yeah,
oh my god, that multiplayer was amazing. Look, holy shit, that was that hit the feels right here, man. That hit me, especially seeing the samurai armor and the way just the cool little things they've done. And later on, the day after, they kind of released a YouTube video going more in depth with the multiplayer and just how much creation is going to go into it. Obviously, they didn't mention enough, but basically, the big thing to come out of it, multiplayer is free.
Hmm.
Um, so if you don't feel like buying the actual game, you can just buy the multiplayer and you'll be fine. It's going to be on a lot of systems, PC and Xbox. But I mean that's
Th-
by all systems I also mean
this-
Steam and all that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
and it's
Yeah,
day one on Game Pass as well.
they went on Game Pass. Thank God for Game Pass. Actually, that's a lot of games that they announced today. That they're all free on Game Pass. Well, not free, but
Yeah,
they're
so
all day one.
Hmm.
yeah, we got a lot of more Game Pass announcements too. So pretty much the majority of Bethesda games on Game Pass now,
Mm-hmm.
and the
Well,
entirety of the Yakuza series is on Game Pass as well.
yes, Yakuza. And one thing I do know is that a lot of people were happy to hear that there were not going to be any microtransactions or any loot boxes for Halo.
Yeah, as well as like how they're handling battle passes. That when you get the battle pass, you know it's never gonna expire, and when new battle passes come out, you can get and when you get those, like you can choose where you put the progression in your battle pass, which I think is something they tested out with the Master Chief Collection, and I really like that method just because it's sort of like, oh, okay, if I want to like do this battle pass up to a certain point, I'll do that, and then I'll switch over to the next battle pass that they come out with, so that way
Hmm.
I can work on that.
Yeah,
It's a very much like a
mm,
take it at your own pace instead of being rushed.
yeah. The campaign looked a lot better too in terms of graphics, which is what everybody wanted, what everyone was expecting. It looks a lot better. It gets you by the feels because it feels like Halo.
Yeah,
Yeah, it feels like Halo. But that's it for Xbox. And like I said, I think we all agreed it was a solid showcase.
yeah,
Yep, it's
It would have been better to
pretty good.
announce
Yeah.
KI.
yeah. All right, here it goes.
One day, brother. One day.
Come on, Microsoft. If you announce KI, you got a loyal fan base again. Well, specifically loyal fan base, but you'll be good for a while. All right, come on, guys. And after that was Square Enix and more Avengers stuff.
Yeah, more in depth look into the next Avengers thing, which mainly just Black Panther, which is neat.
Yeah.
They announced a new Marvel game, being made by the people behind Deus Ex, a Guardians of the Galaxy game,
And wow, that game looks a lot more fun than their Marvel game.
than the Avengers game.
It definitely does. I'm gonna. I'll probably wait it out a bit because after seeing how Marvel Avengers was being handled, I want to wait and see until we get closer, or maybe until post launch, just to make sure it goes well for the Guardians.
Agreed. And plus, I feel like we will because right now we only know is that we get to play Star Lord, and then maybe
And
DLC
it
will
has a
also later.
telltale kind of element to it as well, where you could decide
Mhm.
stuff to happen in the story as well.
Yeah, because I mean there was a Telltale game, but like looks like this is the new Telltale game for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, but it's not made by Telltale.
Yeah, it's not even about Telltale. Um, they also announced some Final Fantasy Origin game. I don't know what that is.
Stranger of Paradise,
Uh,
Final Fantasy Origin.
yes, yeah, Strangers
God,
of
I
Paradise.
hate that trailer.
So the rumors were true. So the guys behind the games Neo and Neo Two, they are working with Square Enix to make that game.
It looks fine, but it's just so cheesy because every other word is goddamn chaos. There's a reason why that
Like
was mean.
it's like the two Nomura's take on a Doomslayer, but Final Fantasy.
Okay,
Because like the guy is nothing but hair for chaos.
you had the best example when you first told me about this trailer. It was like take Kingdom Hearts and how every other time they use the word darkness, it switch with chaos, and that's your game.
Yeah, because it's funny because Nomura, who makes Kingdom Hearts, is on. He's the character designer for this game. Which, when you look at the main character, it's like this is the most un Nomura thing ever. He doesn't even have close to like 20 different belts on his body.
I mean, it just felt like people are complaining to me about the too many zippers and some stupid designs and shit. Fuck it. They want a generic. I'm gonna give it generic.
He was like, "I'm tired of this. My dream, my vision is to have all these zippers. You go keep making fun of me. You want a character design that doesn't have zippers? Fine. He'll have a tank top and that's it. How do you like that now?"
It is the worst looking design he's ever made in my entire. It's the worst design he's ever made that I've ever seen in my entire life. It
I
is
mean,
the
it's
most
still
blandest thing I've
from
ever
what we're
seen.
seeing, it's alpha, so
One,
hopefully it'll get better from here.
right for that, but god damn it, you better have a customization look because he looks like just every other default character. Like he looks like a default character creator.
Yeah, I guess. I
That
will.
is lazy in the world. Come on now.
I'm gonna assume just based off the title, it's supposed to be like set before one of the Final Fantasy games.
Yeah, because Garland's in it, and he's from Final Fantasy IV.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, isn't it?
I'm like, what are you doing here, Garland? Aren't you supposed to be like fighting your brother Cecil? What's going on? What's going on? I don't know. I heard the demo's pretty good, even though it had like a really weird start.
Well, I mean, there was like a corruption thing, right?
Was there, Daniel?
Yeah, basically the demo was kind of corrupted. It won't run for any reason. It's nothing too serious. It's not gonna break your PS5 or anything like that. It's just the game just cannot run for some reason. But it's fixed, and I would say give it a shot. But that's only up until the 24th, and I don't know when this video will be posted. So hopefully you did get to try it out. If not, hopefully there's future demos coming out soon.
Fair enough. And that's about it from Square Enix.
Um, I guess Life is Strange, like the new one, if you're into that. But other than that, yeah, not a whole lot. I think there was like a mobile collection for like
Mm,
from Final Fantasies 1 through 6 coming.
See, you used the keyword mobile. That's what kind of turned off everyone off.
yeah,
That's very true. Yeah,
yeah. No, I was like,
It, come
we?
on, at least
Didn't we already have that?
yeah. I'm like, I'm pretty sure you could at least buy most of those games on mobile anyway. So why is there like now a collection? I don't know. I didn't understand it either because as soon as it was like coming to mobile, it's like, oh, okay.
So nothing.
But yeah, that's most of Square Enix.
Then it's Capcom.
Yeah, Capcom, which was the next day, and
You know, I never thought I'd be so disappointed to see a Capcom showing, but it looks like I was.
I mean, I kind of
yeah,
expected it, not to show anything new. I mean, they've already announced that it's going over things about games that's already coming out or already has come out, like Resident Evil Village. So that's getting I can't talk. DLC, and then we got some more in-depth look for the Great Ace Attorney, more Monster Hunter story stuff, more about Rise, and some more of the esports side of Street Fighter.
Yeah, I mean, if you were expecting something like big to talk about, that wasn't this. That wasn't this, Chief.
yeah. If I don't know, I guess what I granted I was expecting nothing, and I was still a bit disappointed
Yeah,
because I mean I guess the only like big thing of note is that Resident Evil Village is getting some big DLC in the works. Like they're developing big new DLC for it, which is like that's good. You know, I will admit I would because I mean when they say that we're gonna have a word from our people behind Capcom Fighters, I'm like okay because I wasn't expecting like a Marvel game or any big fighting game announcement. I was thinking, we might just get like an announced trailer for the next big Street Fighter update, so that way we see Oro and Akira and potentially the final Street Fighter 5 character. And it's like, oh no, it's just all the esports stuff. It's like, oh, okay.
that's pretty sad.
No summer update. Okay, all right. Well,
Yeah.
I'll check in a couple weeks,
I'll just put my
Capcom.
hat on and just leave.
Yeah, because I was that was what I was expecting when they were saying something about Capcom Fighters. Which I mean, I don't know if that's expecting too much of just hey, this is our date where we're gonna talk about Oro, and that's it. And be like, oh, okay, cool, that's neat.
I don't know what to look forward to that day, but nothing.
Yeah.
All right. So after Capcom was Nintendo.
Yes.
And
Holy
they
shit! The Nintendo have a lot to talk about.
Nintendo saved the day like always. Because you know what? We're just gonna let Joey handle the first announcement.
Okay. As much like most Nintendo E3s, we got our Smash character first. And last week I mentioned that I believed it would be a fighting game character, most likely from Tekken. Jin or Kazuya, or maybe Nightmare from Soul Calibur. Daniel was like, but because my theory was that we didn't have the Heihachi music, but Daniel very much right was like, no, we already got it. It's like, oh, that completely ruins my theory then. Soul Bad Guy Master Chief. Um, but no, it turns out I was right. Kazuya Mishima from Tekken is in Smash. He's the next Smash fighter. I am a prophet. I'm scared of my powers because I think that last episode I also mentioned like Chief was gonna get in, and I don't believe that.
Calm down, Nostradamus.
Like, all right, listen, Nostradamus ain't got shit on me. All right, he didn't predict jack shit. All right, all his shit was like vague as fuck. I was like on the needle.
You threaded that motherfucker.
I listen. I predicted Pyra Mithra, but that was probably an easy prediction back in the day. But the Kazuya one was like, I don't even know how I did that. Like, listen, all I'm saying is Chief is definitely not the last one because where would they announce him for the Game Awards? That's like 6 months away. You mean to tell me we're gonna wait 6 more months for that? No, that's impossible. There's no way that can happen. Like, Chief is not the last character. Like I'm sticking with like 2 out of like what 6 characters. I'm fine with that prediction odds. You know, I'm gonna have to just put up the towel now. Just like I'm done predicting shit.
You gotta admit that he was pretty good. He was pretty right on that.
Like, I'm not even mad. I'm very happy because he made
I'm
it
not
in.
even-
I mean, of course, because you know we have
We win.
Tekken, Street Fighter, Fatal Fury / King of Fighters, all in one game, battling it out.
Isn't there a fourth one?
I mean, if you think about it a little more, we have Ryu, Kazuya, Pac-Man, and Mega Man. When was the last time all 4 characters were in together? Street Fighter cross Tekken.
God damn it! I wasn't thinking of that.
Street Fighter cross
Nintendo
Tekken.
made Street Fighter cross Tekken again.
Is this the closest we'll get to Tekken X Street Fighter though?
No,
No.
no.
Harada,
Man,
please give us Tekken cross Street Fighter.
It'd be so fun.
Damn you. Hey, what does Rara always say? Don't ask me for shit.
Yeah, he does say that.
Yeah. Oh, and let's see. After the big, Smash announcement, I guess we can go into Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Yeah, we saw gameplay, which was neat,
Yeah.
and I think because I think Daniel mentioned it last week that the release date was leaked. So but I think
Yeah.
seeing gameplay of it is probably like the best part about it.
Yeah, like, pretty much I'm very satisfied from what I saw. It's pretty much open world now. Kind of like you're seeing demons out of the open this time. You're not just walking around a hallway and then suddenly you're in a battle. It's very cool. And, I mean, it just looks amazing so far, and I just can't wait to get my hands on it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Let's see. What other Metroid
Dread.
Metroid Dread.
which
Yeah.
looks
If
pretty good.
I don't know if you guys know, but Metroid Dread was actually in development a long time ago. I forget. It was either Metroid Prime or Prime 2. There was an Easter egg about something Dread or whatever. I forgot how they disclosed it. But then later on, people were were thinking to themselves, "Oh, they're making a new Metroid game. It's called Metroid Dread." And they actually were at one point, but for some reason, it didn't go. It didn't pan out well, so they pretty much had to stop development. Years later, they brought it back.
Yeah, I did not know that. I think I learned about that like a couple days after the direct. But yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I'm pretty sure I know the reason why they stopped. It was because Metroid doesn't make a lot of money, and I'm pretty sure half of the reason why they're like, let's do this Metroid. Yeah, let's do that is because of Metroid: Samus Returns, which I believe did pretty well. Thank God. I mean, I bought it, I played it, I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited for a new 2D Metroid game, especially because
Yeah,
it comes out this year.
it does. It does come out this year, and what makes me really excited was that I think that the director he came out and says that not he got everything that he envisioned in the game, but what they're doing right now surpasses his vision. So they're doing a lot more than what they probably could have done about before.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, I mean, especially like I think it's a neat way because one, I think it continues the Metroid storyline,
Yes.
and two, it's a nice little. I guess for some people, it'll be a nice appetizer for the eventual Metroid Prime 4.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean,
Mhm.
we got it named, we got a mention of it. It's like, yeah, we're still working on. Don't worry, but here's Metroid Dread, the
Mm-hmm.
next new 2D Metroid game in the last almost 20
Man, does it
years.
look good too?
Yeah,
Yeah,
20
yeah,
years in the making.
yeah. Like it looks good. I'm very excited to play that.
Hmm.
Um, I think another big announcement was they're remaking the first two Advance War games.
Oh yeah, they are.
That's true. Like, I'm surprised they were doing that because it's very popular here in the States, but it's not as big in Japan, though. So I'm surprised they went ahead and decided to do a remake of those two games.
I mean, the Switch is pretty big in the U.S., so you got to go for it.
Yeah, I. It's kind of funny because I believe the remake's being done by WayForward, but
Hmm.
the original Advance Wars were made
So
by
it was Way Forward.
yeah,
I
yeah,
did notice like the animation was familiar.
yeah. WayForward's handling the remakes, but the original Advance War games were made by Intelligent Systems, who make Fire Emblem, which
Yeah,
is very similar gameplay. So I find that kind of funny that Advance Wars was more popular in the States, while Fire Emblem was more popular in Japan. But now, Fire Emblem's starting to get more popular in the U.S. So
This
thank
might,
God, they're actually like
yeah.
bringing Advance Wars back to help out.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I think it'll lead to something. WarioWare was announced. I'm not the big WarioWare kind of guy, but good to see it's back.
Like WarioWare,
Yeah,
I'm very excited for that one. Like I was thinking of like how like maybe they run out of gimmicks because usually each WarioWare game was based around something like on a DS based on the touchscreen controls, the Wii motion controls, and so on. So I'm glad to say that they're still very creative with their micro games, and I can't wait to get my hands on it and get addicted. See how many mini games I can pass through in one sitting.
yeah. Oh yeah, right. A new Mario Party game coming out this year, I believe.
And it's a remake of the original 64 games.
Yeah, like 5 maps of the original
Hmm.
64 game, and then like 200 of the old, a bunch of other old Mario Party games.
I'm down for that.
Yeah, so yeah, because they've done something similar before on the 3DS, but it was just the mini games. But now we have like
Yeah, that
the
was just
actual
a
board.
mini game collection. Yeah.
Yeah, which that's pretty cool. And I found it funny that a lot of people are like, because it has online play for all modes, and it's like also that's why Super Mario Party got online play because they were testing out for the new Mario Party. Because I'm pretty sure they're using the exact same engine because it looks very similar to
Oh no,
Super Mario Party.
the whole
Yeah.
UI layout is very much similar. That's the first thing I noticed.
Hmm.
All right, what else was announced?
I'm probably the only person in this podcast right now that's very excited for this game. Cruisin' Blast.
Oh yeah, that racing game.
Oh yeah,
I made it. I
Like
think I
I
made a joke
played the
about.
shit out of that on my 64, and I'm not even kidding. I actually have my cartridges here for this cast. See, um, Cruising World and Cruising USA. These are the games I would play all the hell out of these games on my 64.
Honestly,
So
that's
seeing them
like
make a comeback, onto the Switch like that, I'm very excited.
now knowing that Jesus Christ, this direct was nothing but bringing back old games and or continuations of old franchises.
yeah, they are because like after because after that was later on. I might be skipping some, but they did announce some more Legend of Zelda stuff.
Yeah, like DLC for Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity, a new Game and
Hmm.
Watch, a Skyward Sword HD,
Mm,
all for like I think what is it, the 35th
I want to
anniversary?
say it's the 35th anniversary. Daniel.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Yeah,
then finally we get the big trailer everyone was waiting for Breath of the Wild 2.
yeah,
Yeah, we're not just going underground. We're going to the skies, baby.
yeah. Like I'm gonna be honest, I feel like half the reason why Skyward Sword got the HD remake or remaster is to like prepare people for going into the skies.
Oh yeah.
Just, but yeah, no, Link's got new powers with his weird arm thing. Uh,
I mean, he could turn into like liquid or some weird slime thing, and just go from the bottom all the way to the top of whatever platform he's on.
It
yeah.
invokes very much. What was that one Link Legend of Zelda game where it's from two Link. He like becomes part of the wall. To like
Oh no,
It's
no, it's not a two link design, but I know what you mean. It's a link
yeah
between worlds.
yeah, Link Between Words. That's what it was. Yeah,
yeah
yeah,
that's
yeah,
what yeah.
yeah. But yeah, that's crazy. Also, we got a release window, I would say, not a release date. It's coming in next year. We don't know when. I'm gonna assume uh probably late 2022.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, that's gonna be pretty cool. I mean, we still technically don't even have a name for it. We all we know
Well,
it.
because if they revealed the name, it'd be a spoiler.
That's true. Yeah, they did say that. Which
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy. Like, are we just gonna wait like a week until the game comes out for it to be like finally Legend of Zelda this thing? It's like, wait, what?
Considering how supposedly
Excuse me.
Breath of the Wild is the culmination of all of the other three timelines coming together, maybe we're going back to Skyward Sword level style.
Like, we might get the original bad guy from the Skyward Sword, like the final boss of Skyward Sword, is coming
Yes,
back.
Calamity.
I'll gear him.
Yeah,
Yeah, because remember that's the whole point. Like, that's why Zelda and Link and Ganon are always reincarnating.
yeah. Which I mean, that's I mean that'd be interesting. I
Yeah.
would admit. Um, what else? Because I feel like there was
Super Monkey Ball. Super
yeah,
Monkey
yeah,
Ball's
Monkey Ball
back.
coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a collection of all the Super Monkey Ball games, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
What else was there? I think that's it.
there was so many announcements for the Nintendo Direct. I'm really like, okay, so we got Kazuya and Smash Brothers. We got Cruisin' Blast. We got um Super Monkey Ball. Mario Party. Oh, Mario Golf. It's probably going to be a day one for me. Mario Golf looks really fun.
Yeah, it comes out
Yeah.
in July, right?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's about it because most of the other ones that are stuff that like we already knew would be coming to Switch, like Life is Strange, Dragon Quest. I'm sorry, Monster Hunter Rise or Stories.
Monster Hunter Stories 2, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
And yeah, I think that's about it. All right, let's end it with Bandai Namco.
Which
Nothing to talk about.
which is going to be very short because the only thing they had was talking about their new game Ashes, House of the Ashes, I believe, which is made by the same people that did Until Dawn. Uh, I mean, I think the only thing I said because I mean I'm pretty sure they revealed this originally at the Jeff Keighley thing,
Yes,
and then they went a little bit more in depth at the Bandai Namco thing, and that was it.
they did.
And I think the joke I made is if anyone here knows about the show, there was a show back in like I think the late
No, early 2010s.
yeah early 2010s called Lost Tapes. It was about cryptids and I guess reenactments of people encountering these things. And there was an episode where it was like a group of U.S. Army soldiers in Iraq who go down a cave and find some giant bat monsters, and they almost die from it. I think at least one person gets killed. And this game has a bunch of U.S. Army soldiers in Iraq who fall down a hole and get picked off one by one by some giant bat monsters.
I was like, God damn it! Like once you mentioned that, I was like, oh my god, I can't unsee it.
And I'm just like, I can't believe it. They made a full game out of this one episode of Lost Tapes. I'm surprised someone else other than me remembers that episode or even remembers Lost Tapes. I don't know. It was super funny for me, but I mean, but besides that, it does look neat. It's gonna go very much in the Until Dawn style of like, you have to like do certain things, or your characters will die, or and depending on who dies, the story will change, stuff like that, which is all interesting, and it is coming to all platforms. Well, I believe Until Dawn was originally a PS4 exclusive.
It was PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah, PlayStation exclusive. So that's neat.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, like that being the only thing Bandai Namco talked about. I mean, it's super weird because actually they announced Dragon Ball Z Kakarot on Switch at the Nintendo Direct, which is made by Bandai Namco. So it's like you clearly have other things to talk about, Bandai Namco. Why only this? But I mean, it's fine. I think
I mean, yeah, pretty much like no disrespect to the Until Dawn team whatsoever. They're great. They're a great team. They made great games. It's just it's just mostly at Bandai. Why specifically just one game, and why hold a conference just for one game?
Yeah, it's just so weird because I think I was watching it, and then like it would cut to like people like like people at E3 just talking about the game and just moving on to other topics. I'm like, wait, was that it? Was it just that one segment? And that was this is I think like there was a bunch of memes made out of this E3 about like how disappointing some of these conferences were, and I think one of the one that sort of captures most of it was that Ubisoft. I'm gonna have the worst conference at E3. Square Enix,
Hold
hold
my
my beer.
beer.
Capcom, no, hold my
My
beer.
beer.
Bandai Namco,
Oh,
no,
hold
hold my
my
beer.
beer.
Which is just like, I mean, yeah, it's a pretty apt comparison. Granted, I mean,
They weren't bad.
yeah,
I mean, it wasn't bad.
honestly,
It's just
There
I
was
mean, it could have been better.
it could have been better.
yeah, it could have been better for Ubisoft and Square Enix and
Capcom,
Capcom.
Bandai. But I mean, like it's like I said earlier. The thing is, we had a whole, you know, lockdown thing going on last year, and then that really hurt a lot of developers. So I understand you had nothing to show this year because nothing is really ready to show.
Yeah, I believe Phil Spencer said it last year, like sometime during last year, that like the video game industry, at least for like consumers, wouldn't see the true effects of the pandemic on the video game industry until 2021. And this E3 is a perfect example because a good chunk of these companies didn't have a whole lot to show. Which I mean, yeah, it makes sense, except for like the big ones like Microsoft or Nintendo. Like all the other like third parties like Ubisoft and stuff, like they had things to show, yes, but it's mostly stuff that is coming out within this year, not like future plan stuff. Whatever future
No.
plan stuff they did have is like probably super early on, so they
Mm-hmm.
didn't want to like show anything that they're not ready to show, which I mean is understandable.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, this E3 probably was hampered a lot by the past year. But I mean, it is nice to know that there are still things worth looking forward to in this year of gaming.
Oh no, yeah, we just mentioned a bunch of games we're all looking forward to: Metroid, Halo, um, what the Psychonauts 2,
Elden
whatever,
Ring,
Elden Ring. Well, that's not coming until next year, but
but yeah, it was announced.
yeah, but it was announced. But there's still stuff to talk about, and we probably missed some stuff that you guys are anyone out there is watching or listening is like, you guys forgot about this. I'm like, yeah, we forgot. There were still a lot of games for us to remember. Only mentioning big games that really caught our eyes. If there's one that caught your eyes, please just let us know. Um, but yeah, no, this is a pretty, it was a lackluster E3. Um, Thankfully, Microsoft and Nintendo came in like with the best two friends that ever been around and saved the day. They were the Batman and the Superman of the day. They were the world's finest. They'd been, I mean, if Sony was there, perfect. We got the Trinity, but it wasn't. We just got the world's finest.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, probably because we knew that Sony skipped out E3 last time because they were more focused on making their own state of play stuff. But honestly, I feel like this year they definitely skipped out mainly because like, yeah, no, we don't have anything to show at the moment, but we're gonna hold off until later on to show you stuff that's actually worth showing. You know, so at least Sony avoided a potential. We don't really have much, but here's what we're working on. Because yeah, I'm pretty sure we weren't gonna see anything for like the new God of War,
Which got delayed.
which definitely yeah, it got delayed. So
But yeah. Anyways, that's our E3 round recap. Again, we didn't mention all the games because, like we said, there are probably other guys that did it better than us. IGN did a whole fucking thing though about the whole E3 thing. You can just go to them
yeah,
if you want like a full recap. But we're just telling you the ones that we our quick thoughts, our deep discussion, not deep discussions. Our games that we're excited to talk about. And who knows? Maybe we might come back one day and just start talking about them. Who knows? I mean, we did it for Guilty Gear, and Guilty Gear was so goddamn good. But anyways, guys, thanks for listening to us. I hope you guys have a good one. You guys can follow us on any social media platform that we're on, which is Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We're most active on Instagram, and you can all find that under at the Geek Centurions. If you go to the Instagram one again, we're most active. You'll find the links to all the podcasting sites that we're officially part of, like Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Pandora, etc. We also have a YouTube. So for all you audio listeners out there, want to watch something, get see how we are in real life. Let's go there. You can like, comment, subscribe. We also have a Patreon that you can support us in a certain form of way. That'd be thankful for us. We want to do some stuff, but we don't blame you guys for not supporting us in that form of way. But subscriptions and downloads, they're all great. And yeah, hopefully next E3 will be just as it will be a lot better. Again, not saying this one was bad, but we're expecting a lot more hype.
Yeah, definitely.
You gotta come in swinging. But yeah. Anyways, it's been me, your boy Eli,
It's been me, Joe.
It's your boy Daniel.
and we have Geek Centurions. So you guys have a good one, and hope E3 was great for you guys. There's a lot of good games coming out. We're excited for each one of them. Yeah, you guys have a good one. Peace.